Hey, 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 beautiful souls. Welcome to this edition of the Daily Divine. My name is lisalyle, and I am here to support your soul to shine. I'm feeling a little nervous. Actually, it's a funny energy about today. It started just as the hand on the clock rolled over into onto December 23rd. So I'm going to light the Palo Santo, and then we're going to get chatting and see what's coming through. How is everybody doing? 2 days to the big Christ Mass. How's everyone feeling about the season? There may be some trepidation. Is that the word? There may be some anxiousness we're feeling, right? It's a time, generally families get together. Good morning, Elaine. Welcome. So nice to have you here for the live. How are you doing? Are you ready for Christmas? At this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind. And may I be a clear and pure channel of the messages that come through so that we may leap upon our highest timeline. And I'm so grateful for the love and support that I receive continually. And still getting ready. Yeah, I think I'm ready. I didn't really do anything for it. I plugged in my uncle's Christmas tree. That's about it, honestly. Yeah. So, okay. So it's good news. I got my car back this morning. Yeah, that's why I want to just kind of tune into the energy. So last night when I came home from work, came home and I was feeling so tired. So I suspect we're all feeling tired at this point in the year. And it's not just from the energetics of the week, it's the buildup of the year. Everything that we have undergone, the transformation that we've undergone. Can we see ourselves today as the vessel who has transformed? And so, as that vessel who has transformed, more aligned with our soul, more activated in our light body, more heart centered, consistently supporting the even keel, we're at this point. Yesterday, December 22nd, it was like I came home from work and my son chauffeured me in, and I caught a ride home with people that live just in the next building here. And, came in and I was so tired. I was really friggin' tired. And so I'm like, I just wanted everything off. And I picked up my pen. So I pick up the pen, and the question that came through was, is it naive to believe in our dreams? And I wrote the date of 12/22, but when I actually looked at the clock, it was 12:55 on 12/23. And I laughed about it. Of course, of course. And so that's all I wrote. And then that question, I kind of went to bed with that question rolling around. I did sit with the pen to see if more would come through, and I really didn't want to force it. I really didn't want to force anything. So I just slept on it. And I woke up this morning, went for a walk with Rex, and then I wanted to go get my car. So I went and got my car. Oh my gosh, it's driving like a charm. The brakes, you don't hear them. As soon as you tap the pedal, the brakes are working. And it just felt really nice to drive around in a vehicle that wasn't the squealing around town everywhere. And so I felt really proud of myself for, taking responsibility and taking care of that. And I really have been reflecting on that. And I'm so grateful to, I'm just going to say it, Frank, because Frank just keeps showing up, and I'm so grateful for that. Hey, Titha, welcome, sis. Welcome back. It's been a while. So, I'm just so grateful for the love that the spiritual realms continue to pour into my life and encourage me to step up and just do it. Take care of what needs to be done. Oh, and that gentleman that's walking out there, I want to thank him because he's the one that directed me. He just walked past it. I was just thinking earlier, I have to thank him and share a story with him because my car was very unsafe. It was very unsafe. I am very lucky. I literally have been riding on a wing and a prayer for 6 weeks, driving that thing around. And then today when I went and, paid the bill and everything and was speaking to Frank, who owns the shop, he said, you'll never find a better engine than this. It's a 3.8. The car's got very low mileage. It's old, but it's like low mileage. It's got a lot of life. And I'm like, you know what, Frank? Thank you. You have been a heaven sent. I'm grateful for the connection, and I'll definitely be back because no doubt with a 24-year-old car, there's more things to be done. So I just, and then from there, coming back here, and I made I did some cooking, made a big lasagna for myself and my son, and I got to go to work today, and then I'm off for 4. Yay! But in that 4, we have, Christmas Eve and we have Christmas and all the stuff. I'm just really not interested in any of the stuff. I have to be honest. So where was I going? Oh, right. So before coming live, I'm like, I don't really want to go live. They gave me the title of this live, Divine Masculine Rising. And I was in my head, I'm like, should we put a question mark? And they're like, no question marks. Hit the thumbs up, everyone. If you're here and engaged, it really helps to, expand our circle, expand and into the love, the space of soul. So I received the guidance to go to this deck. I kept seeing the vision of this deck. I don't often work with it. You will have seen it periodically throughout. Thank you for the thumbs up, whoever just did that. Thank you. Yeah, you will have seen it periodically throughout this year and perhaps in previous years. And every time I'm guided to this is really about like our soul coming through. Thank you for the thumbs up. Our soul streaming into this timeline and really supporting our alignment with the divine. And there's a lot of people that are like, oh, what's the divine masculine? Oh, what's the divine feminine? Awakened humans, HUE. I'm a female, so I'm an awakening feminine, right? If you're a man and you're here, chances are you're an awakening masculine. And so let's not get it all convoluted. It's just about our ability to bring our soul, spiritualize this experience as girls and boys, men and women, children, God's children, or, so the children of Source, who within us all like within each of us, all is contained. And so this deck often guides me back to years. And so I'm like, okay, I don't think I'm going to pull with everybody. I'm going to, like, can we get some cards for myself? And so these beauties came through. The first one was this. The Salute Incident. You are not alone in the universe. Number 9. Coming online. Divine beings coming online. You've been working a lifetime to arrive at this point, this solstice point, as the wheel spins into a new Gregorian year, into a new age. And yeah, maybe new age is woo woo, and there'll be those out there that say, oh, you need to have a religion or you have to believe this or that. No. Can we believe in ourselves? Is it naive for us to believe in our dreams? I hope not. Because if so, I'm like so naive. 1001. I guess I'm incredibly naive. And yet, experience has shown I'm really not. And I suspect you aren't either. And so, with this, I'm really feeling grounding our soul's essence, and we are supported to do this. And, this is going to be um, an interesting season for us. And interesting, if you celebrate Christmas, we're going into Christmas here. That's what I grew up celebrating, was Christmas. And and yet it's also the honoring of the changing of the seasons, the solstice, which is probably the true celebration. And yet the true celebration, the natural order of things, we were moved away from that through the man-made things, such as religion and governments and everything, everything. So the real it's going to be it feels like it's going to be an empowering experience for us to move through the Christmas season. I only, there's not many, there's no real events on tap. We're going to have dinner with my sister and her extended family, and that's always lovely. So beyond that, it feels like doing just exactly what we want to do and being who we want to be with in really grounded ways. And from the space of knowing we're not alone, we're never alone. We're wrapping up a big cycle, and 2025 in this experience has been a really big year. And it really feels like if maybe the little bit of the tail of the snake is still hanging on, we got to get rid of that skin. Seriously, we cannot move into the next year carrying the same stuff that we came into this year with, 1221. So this is a time of reflection. Are you able to see progression? And if not, perhaps there's another option for us. We'll know we're following the path of soul and higher truth and, higher consciousness when we feel peaceful, even when things haven't materialized as we had hoped. Can we still have faith and nurture faith and cultivate faith in our dreams? We're the seeds. Then this beauty came out. You are immortal. You are immortal. Make your decisions carefully. Yeah. And there we've got the masculine. What does it say there? Zalmoxis in Alameda Cave. It feels almost like Chalice Well energy, like we are the sacred spring. But at the end of the day, the message is we are immortal. We are eternal souls. The essence of our soul lives beyond the vessel of that is currently home for the soul, or home within the soul. Again, I'm like, all this, we all can have our perspectives. And oftentimes, when we really listen to one another, we will understand that we're speaking the same language. Like when we're speaking the language of the soul, it's the same. We may use different words because it's really hard to put into words how frigging majestic we are. And I guess some never want to dive in and explore that. I've been willingly, most of the time, diving in and exploring for the better part of my adult life, more than half of my life. And so at this point in my life, I guess I'm asking myself the question, is it naive to believe in my dreams? I don't think so. I don't think so. I hope not. So Choose wisely. Is that a cardinal there? No, I thought it was a cardinal, but I am feeling the energy of loved ones in spirit all around. And I'm feeling this as a gate right now. I'm seeing a piece of a gate that I have right there. And it's like we're the gateway. So can we continue to I feel like I'm like very protective of myself today. It's really interesting. It's an interesting space to be in here with all of you. One, two, three, four, and I'm feeling very like you may be able to see it in my body language, like protective, which is interesting. And then this one came out. Be open to a communication from an unexpected place. The high priestess from the land of Arana, Ariana, Ariana. And again, this is like divine truth. I'm kind of feeling a little Alice in Wonderland energy here. And it's a number one, and we're rolling into a number one year, right? I say it's a 10, but we take the 0 off. And yet it's still, I feel very, it's still a part of the essence of the year. The completion, and then the Fool and the Magician and the 10 energy, the Wheel of Fortune. So there's some big dynamics at play right now. And, can we continue to play in the energy and to play with the energy? And it's almost like what we seek is seeking us. And it's almost like, the feminine holding space here for the masculine to step in. And again, it's about the masculine. It's all of us, but it feels at this time it's like really somewhat of a battle in the mind, the ego, right? Getting beyond the ego and going for the dream, going for the entirety of the experience. So I just want to see what years these cards came from and give you the year. That's so this is from 2013. So 12 years ago, this art came through. The expanded meaning of this card is adapt to things outside your comfort zone and know that we live in a diversified multiverse. This will keep fear at bay and you will be ready to interact with what is unfamiliar and evolutionary. So again, it's holding the space for ourselves and our dreams. That's what I'm going to say here. And we do need to go through the motions of continually moving beyond the fears of the ego, right? Because the child within is guiding, and the child within knows that love wins and wants us to experience the ultimate success in our life by simply fulfilling our soul's purpose, by allowing our soul to be expressed in this timeline. And that's 52, which is 7, the Chariot energy. And the message here is this the last card in the deck? It is. It's the last card in the deck. So completion, right? Wrapping up. And then the number 1 card, the new beginning. So this is from 2014. So 11 years ago, this image came through, and we can see the Merkaba up there. And I'm just seeing like the soul essence there in the center, the seed of unconditional love. And you and I, we are the vehicles of light, the vessels of light. And it says here, the expanded meaning, we are immortal spirits dwelling in third dimensional body temples. The imprint of everything we do remains with us and will affect our future incarnations. Think your actions through before you take them, and be mindful of the effects they may have on others. Cause and effect, choice and consequence, laws of the universe. There's no getting away from that. And this, number 1, is from, doesn't it look like Alice in Wonderland? We're all a little crazy here, Alice. 2011. The High Priestess from the land of Ariani. Listen carefully for answers and directions from the inner earth and star beings. They may have an assignment for you or something to share. And what did we get this week? We got the Earth Force card. We got Shifting Manifest Faith, Earth Force Courage, Powerful Change, Ether and Matter, and the Arcturians, as well as the New Man and the Lemurian Shaman. So after those three cards came through for myself, I said, okay, is there any for the group? And there were two cards, what I thought were two cards sticking out that are actually four. So I haven't looked at them. We're going to look at them right now together. Oh, nice. Oh, that's beautiful. Remember, we're coming up to the wolf moon in January, the full moon. And remember, we walked into this year, we got the messages last year at this time that, we may walk into the year as the lone wolf. And yet, this was going to be the year that brought us out of solitary confinement. The hermit shining their light into the world, their healing light, has taken the journey, has learned lessons. There's always more to learn, 2112. There's always more to learn. And yet we're leaving this year having learned a lot of lessons. Be grateful. Honor the sacred in every creation. 49, which comes to 13, yin and yang, masculine and feminine, emperor, empress energy, as well as temperance. No, 13. Oh my gosh, why is my mind blanking on me? Is it the death card? Transformation. Are we listening to the intuitive guidance? This feminine is, and holding space and ceremony, the corn goddess being grateful for what is present in the moment, which is, we're always in the stream of unconditional love. And what I love most about this visual here is all the orange, emotionally balanced, trusting the intuition. Is that the seventh? No, I don't know what that constellation is over there. Maybe it'll tell us in the book when we look at it. Trusting our intuition. Keep going. Oh, divine union. Oh my gosh, masculine and feminine. And divine union that perhaps can't be understood by the mind because it's all being divinely guided. It's otherworldly, you know? And yet we do know if we're in connection with a counterpart energy, the yang to my yin or the yin to your yang, whatever, if we're in such a connection spiritually, we just know. Perhaps we may not have want to accept what we know, and yet this is what is here for us. And it's 44, which is a number for the angelic realms. It's guided by angels. There's no such thing as a coinky dink, right? We may think it's a coinky dink, chalk it up to coincidence. Oh, that was random. What a coinky dink. But, the inner knowing, knows it's more than coinky dink. And this is like the masculine and feminine Christ coming online at this beautiful time of the solstice, of the holy season, the holy days, because there's a whole bunch of holy days. Let us treat every day as a holy day. Protection, security, and I see the light ship out there, otherworldly, guided by the hand of the divine. Are you ready for the love of a lifetime? Is that what you seek to experience? And yes, love is all inside of us. It's something we find inside of us. And then with any luck, we follow the guidance and clues and share our love. Let us not be miserly with our love. What a gift. Loving presence. What a flipping gift. For the feminine, choose a natural solution when possible. 21. Honey, I do. I do. I trust my intuition. This is speaking of cloaked in the love of, cloaked in the essence of soul, protected in protected on our walk as we walk into the world from an open heart. The Codex of Armid 21, the world, the Empress, completion, new creation, fertile ground. I like these messages today. I'm starting to feel a little better. Oh my gosh. Again, maintain compassion under pressure. Mary Magdalene, the lost bride. And this was feeling very Yeshua and Magdalene energy. The message I'm receiving now is it's not naive to believe in dreams. We are the sacred seeds who are eternal. So in it, we've been everything. We are everything. We've had all the experiences. And then and any experience we're not meant to have, perhaps no, any experience we haven't yet had, it's just because it hasn't yet arrived. Can we remain faithful, continuing to cultivate and nurture from our heart space as we, this is 3 again. 3 energy, creativity, walking the path of forgiveness. I love that there's all this feminine holding the space because that's what we're doing. And then, in there, we actually have the union, the counterpart energy come in. So let's check out the years of these cards. Number 49. '49 is from 2014, so 11 years ago. So for 11 years, we have been walking the path of mastery, probably longer. This feels like confirmation, and especially since this channel was birthed 13 years ago. So for those of you who have been around for the long haul, you've been doing it. You have been doing it. You have been unlocking from within the sacred codes. Your soul knows that there is a mission to fulfill in this lifetime, because this lifetime is a finite period of time, whereas the soul is eternal. So we've been told to make our decisions carefully. And can we trust that we have made our decisions carefully? Can we trust what we see? Can we believe what we see? Can we have faith in what we have seeded? So the message here is identify with and personify the corn goddess. She represents the balance of nature as the young girl, the life giver, and the wise woman, maiden, mother, crone, triple goddess energy. And we see the protection of the wolf here. And wolves are not solitary. They're pack animals. And so are humans. Pack mammals. Pack mammals. We are pack mammals. So number 44, divine union. Let's see when this card came through. 2011, sacred lineage. Have you ever felt like divine royalty? We've been talking about divine royalty in this space for the last 13 years. How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself as we're coming to the end of this Gregorian year? So, sacred lineage. You are made of star stuff. Access the DNA connections to your star family. They are waiting to interact with you. The Arcturians, the Lemurians, the Palladians, whoever you connect with. I mean, does it really matter? As long as it's a light energy, right? We dabble in the depths of the dark here on earth. When we're connecting with the spiritual realms and the etheric realms, this is light, and we're through the density of our third dimensional experience, we traverse the dark. so that we may restore and reestablish the connection of the light, the sacred lineage, divine birthright, divine royalty, resurrecting in this lifetime. And there's not just one, it's all of us. It's everybody seeing this. We have that potential. Or we can just look at everything as a potentially harmful situation and close ourselves off from life. We're not here for that. You're not here. I'm not here for that. Are you? And so let's look at what the message is here. I'm feeling very Bridget energy here. Number 21. Here it is. From 2011 again. And it would be interesting to know what was going on, like reflecting back, what was going on in your life. I believe we were seeing a tremendous amount of crop circles and stuff. At the end of the day, we have been activated time and time again. And back in, 2012 and stuff, actually back in 2012, right when this channel was started, the divine feminine was rising and she was rather angry at the time, right? For the unjust, the acts of injustice that she had experienced and witnessed throughout her lifetime. And in that time, since 2012, the feminine has been consciously doing the inner work, and perhaps she's stumbled along the way, made some choices and decisions that weren't necessarily the wisest, and yet she sits here today wiser than she's ever been as a result of walking through, facing the consequences of the choices and decisions and continuing to deep dive within. Is any of this making sense? In the abundance of nature can be found plants with healing qualities for almost all ailments. Tune into Armid and do your homework before deciding which is the best decision for your health. Natural is best, right? And sometimes natural is things like fasting. How many times have we ever been told? It was 3223 there. Mirror energy, masculine energy, 5-5, making changes. Thank you. Thank you for saying so, Elaine. I'm glad you feel supported. Fasting is powerful medicine, right? Light, sunlight. It's interesting how everything that's been commercialized, and that's pretty well everything, right? It works against the natural order of things. Even clocks, if you think about it, goes against the natural rhythm and cycle of the day. It's done intentionally. It's been done intentionally and for purpose, and the purpose that it's been done in is not divine. We are the divine ones remembering. And so we adjust, transmute, change, and in order to feel more supported in living life in divine ways. And this is from 2000, so 5 years ago. It's rather new. 25 years ago, 2000. Yeah, Lisa, okay, you wish. Oh my gosh, yeah, 2000. I wasn't even a mother yet. Oh, that's funny. So 2000, 25 years. Slander cannot touch your essence and is usually based on jealousy. Didn't we say that? I wrote that somewhere in the last little while. I wrote that. Jealousy. Let's start again. I'm liking these messages. Slander cannot touch your essence and is usually based on jealousy. Ignore it and transmute the negative energy through compassion. Yeah. And again, it always comes back to being compassionate with ourselves, right? Hey? Yeah. So it's really funny that I was guided to put I had considered putting a Mother Mary candle up there, and they said no. The angels and all the angels here on this candle are very feminine, and it just feels. I feel um, grateful to have come and shared these messages. I'm feeling guided to get us Journey to Love Oracle. And then we'll get some Soulful Woman Oracle affirmations. And we're just going to do one or two. So if you want to tune into the energy of one or two, and we'll just leave it at that today. And then we'll be back here tomorrow for Whimsical Wednesday, playing with the child within. So, Journey of Love messages for the collective. Aw, yes. We've been playing in the etheric realms our entire life. If you're anything like me, you've been playing with angels, talking to fairies, hugging it out with trees, receiving messages from rocks and stones, all the whimsical stuff. And it's a delicate walk, isn't it? It's a delicate walk with our heart. And this is a delicate time of year. Many feel tender. Many don't really look forward to time with family and stuff. I'm not saying I don't, I do. There's just not a lot of family around. That's the reality. Our family was small to begin with, and 75% of that family has transitioned on. So, yeah, ethereal touch. As we wrap up this year, we're walking out touched by the hand of the divine. Intimacy, beyond the mind, the sacred heart beats, and the soul longs for the repeat of eternal love over and over again. And so, if it can be found in the human experience, what a gift. And it's first the gift we give ourselves and open from within, and then we get to share it if we're courageous. I don't, I just pull the cards. I don't rig the cards here. And it's a number 35, which comes to an 8, strength and courage, faith, um, faith to stand alone, courage to stand alone. The choice. It's the choice to stand alone or to stand together. Another 8, 8, 8, healing, emotionally balanced. Oh my gosh, you guys. 9 and 13, the heart of God and the Christ flame. I don't want to cry here. We've got the 31 here. 13, 31, yin and yang, masculine and feminine, because the Christ flame does not have a gender. We do. We're male or female, right? And, and within the male is the feminine, and within the feminine is the masculine. So we're all of it. And yet we have presented in this lifetime for a specific purpose. And it's to reignite the flame of the Christ. And it's interesting, 31 comes to 4, which is the emperor, the boss energy, making moves, making choices, choosing like to see all through the healing eyes of love. This is really beautiful imagery. I like I said, I could cry. And for it to come out with this, are you ready to wrap up? You've wrapped up this big cycle in your life, and your soul is ready to come on power. On power, online. You have been forged by the fire of your soul's desire in this lifetime, and it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy to resurrect over and over again, to begin over and over and over again, and yet you've done it. You've let love win in your experience. I'm so proud of you. Source is so proud of you. And you ought to be proud too. grounded, stable, deeply and expansively spiritually connected because you have surrendered. We've got 235, so 3 8s on the table. 888. I live at an address, 888. I honor the truth and surrender as it opens me to gifts of divine grace. Wow. And this is feeling very, again, divine feminine, Ankh energy, Isis. Flip that Ankh around, right side up. And what do we see? The womb space, the fallopian tubes, and the spine, the sacred chakra in our bodies, the sacral chakra. I feel like blessings coming in for all of us. Okay, so 1 and 2, well, that flipped out, so that's for all of us. This is for all of us. Embracing change, 43, being the chariot. Everything we've worked toward hasn't been in vain. Is it naive to believe in our dreams? How do you feel about that? Embracing change. And every season changes, right? People may have left our life this year, and as we come to the holidays, we may be missing their presence or whatever, or thinking about holidays past. And can we reflect on holidays past from the eyes of love and be grateful for the opportunity to share time and space with those that we loved in life and that we continue to love and who continue to love us from a new perspective, from a new station, from a new elevated, from a new spiritual perspective as the essence of soul who has returned home, and we return home here via the walk with our heart before one day the vessel, like the soul, will depart and carry on. With every loss, I understand that something new is about to be birthed beyond what I can imagine. Yeah, that's nice. So let's get into it. Number 1 or 2, 1 or 2 or both. There's 1, 2. Wow. Cards are funny. No. Just 1 for number 2. Number 2. Maybe it's my shuffling, and then we'll take 1 over there. Okay. So if you were guided to number 1, here is your, oh, I love this card. Loving from the inside. Yeah, number 7. We've had 7 on the table before too, right? Today? Anyways, it doesn't matter. The chariot, loving from the inside, exactly what we've been speaking about, returning to the purity of the heart. Perhaps the question came through because when we're operating from the purity of the heart, it's almost like a childlike sense of, some might say, oh, living in la la land, or that's a fairy tale. That's a fairy tale. Or we may hear the external voices saying, oh, what are you holding on for that for? Like, that's not coming. And it's like, can we remain faithful that, what it is, like everything's coming for us. Thank you, Elaine. That's nice. Elaine said, you are amazing, Lisa. I just had to say that. Thank you, Elaine. I'm beginning to see it. It's been a while. And yet 2025 has been a profound year in my life. It will go down in the Her Story books as one of the most profound years of my life. So healing, in fact. And so as we leave, this is poppies all over her head here, her crown of poppies. And poppies represent the heart, living from the heart space, living, in loving ways. And all of that always begins at home. And so the message here is, it is a blessing to give myself the gift of my own presence. Yes. And many of you here will be like myself, givers. We like to give. We like to do. I'm a Virgo. I love to serve. That's my thing. And yet we can't do it to our detriment, right? We have to serve, like the charity begins at home. We have to fill our own cup first, and then we can go out in the world and serve others. So if you were guided to number 2, here is your ageless beauty. Number 5, through all the changes, I just said this here yesterday. I almost feel as if, sometimes society tells us that beauty is youth, that beauty is young. And many of us, in our younger years may have thought that we were pretty hot stuff. And yet perhaps we didn't treat ourselves as we thought. Perhaps others viewed us as, hot stuff or whatever, an object. And the older we get, what a gift it is to age, because it really feels like the older we get, the more comfortable we get in our own skin. Like it feels like we became so uncomfortable in showing up in the world as others saw us, and, perhaps not in great ways. And so as we age and as we continue to explore our spiritual essence, the spiritual nature of things, I feel like we become more beautiful as we age, because our soul shines through more. Like maybe we have more wrinkles and, all this kind of stuff. And yet the beauty is more than skin deep. It shines through our eyes. It's, how we show up in the world, so be proud of yourself. Don't deny or hide your age. We each go through, if we're lucky to continue to live, we each go through various stages throughout our life, child, youth, adulthood, maiden, mother, crone, from a boy to a man. And we change. And it says here, with grace, dignity, and strength, I grow into the unique texture of my feminine soul. And so continue to believe in your fairy tale. Continue to have faith in your wishes and dreams. Remember, you are the seed. And the final card that came out for all of us, because I had to pull 3 and I love it. The power of my voice. 28:10. The new beginning is here. The wheel has spun in our favor. And with any luck throughout 2025, you have been able to find your voice more and use your voice more for good, right? And for truth. And truth isn't always comfortable. It's usually actually pretty friggin' uncomfortable. And the big truth for all of us here on this planet is like almost everything's a lie. You have to have a look on the inside to figure it out, right? And when we do, then life becomes much simpler. It becomes much easier because we cultivate peace. We have returned and reignited, reestablished our connection to soul source in this lifetime. And what a gift. What a gift you all are in my life. I speak my truth and express my feelings to others with care and compassion. We've had a lot of messages about compassion today. And so let us be compassionate, first with ourselves. And if we are with ourselves, if we master that, then there's no doubt that we're going to go out in the world and be compassionate. That doesn't mean we take bullshit. And remember, nothing can slander us. Nothing can slander the essence of our soul. Continue to be who you are. You're an ageless beauty. You are eternal. And you are here to experience your wishes and dreams manifest. And that's the truth I'm holding on to today. And so to answer my very own question, no, it's not naive to believe in our own wishes and dreams. Because if we don't, who will? So Elaine and Titha, thank you so much for being here. Everyone who's catching this on the replay, if you've made it this far, please engage. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel. It feels like things are picking up speed as we go into 2026. I'm looking forward to the newness of it, and certainly not dragging any baggage into the new year. And so we'll be back here tomorrow at 12:21. Yeah, 12:21, and we will tap into that inner child and let's see if we can come out and have some fun. Um, yeah, and I may do a live, one evening in the next night or two, sometime between now and Thursday night. I may do a live and pull some cards for all of you. I know last year we did a New Year's Eve live. It was like a marathon here, and maybe even did it somewhere right near Christmas as well. So, anyways, Elaine, thank you so much. I'm glad the messages resonated, and I'm glad you're grateful for your dreams. And we have to be the ones that remain faithful. And so, with that being said, everyone, I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you so much for showing up in my life. And I trust that something here has felt like a drop of love into your beautiful cup. Your presence here is a drop into mine, for which I am currently eternally grateful. Until next time, everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you.